All right, Copites. Saturday is nearly upon us, and as I'm actually doing this video, news of Fabinho's father passing is coming through. So before we continue, let's keep the family in our prayers and hope that the Almighty gives Fabinho's father a lofty place in paradise. Right, so guys, Burnley, the team that done away with our 68 match unbeaten run, the first team to do it at home against us. We were in dire straits at that point. We were in a real sort of situation where, you know, the confidence was lacking. You know, that mentality giant sort of status was deteriorating. But on Saturday, we've got a sort of a different animal. Not just that the pre-season has gone so well for those that are coming back, but we're going to have a full capacity Anfield. And if there is any way anyone needs any proof, whether it be in England, whether it be in Europe, whether it be in the whole world, if football needs proof that football without fans is nothing, then watch the game tomorrow at Anfield, because we're going to be loud, that's for sure. And if you're not at the ground, wherever you're watching it, we're going to be loud. We know that, because there's nothing compares to an Anfield that is full. I caught up with a couple of people. Oz is coming on in a moment too to share his view, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about what he thinks about the game. For me, I would like to see Fabinho start and Bobby start, for Jota and Fabinho come on for maybe one of Ox and Keita, obviously depending on Fabinho's mental state, if he's capable of playing or not. I did speak to Rims, and Rims actually commented in our group chat where he believes that Thiago and Henderson should be coming into midfield and Jota starts. Wally as well text to say that he'll go with the same team, and why not? They did pretty well, controlled the game at parts, and that could be an option as well. And Digger had something to say as well, and we'll hear what he said a little bit later on. But now I'm going to pass on to Ozzy. Ozzy, thanks for joining us, and give us a little bit of a insight on how you are looking forward to seeing the game at a full Anfield.
Yeah, Mr. B, thank you for having me on your platform, LondonKopTv, and yeah, it's amazing to talk about beloved Liverpool and our prospects for the season. So yeah, hope you're doing well, Mr. B. Yeah, Mr. B. Basically, yeah, we're first game home at Anfield. It's gonna be phenomenal. The crowd will be really up for it. It's been about a whole season we haven't played with a crowd, and we really suffered at at home especially. And generally we're a team which plays in a full house, and really Liverpool Football Club produced some stunning results, and I think it hit us badly. Coupled with Van Dijk's injury, we just sort of like things were just going from bad to worse. And then after the new year, after beating Palace 7-0, just, I don't know, just the wheels just came off. So the crowd is a massive factor. It's our 12th man, and really looking forward to the Anfield crowd in full voice. And it's going to spur the team on, I reckon. And there are, Anfield is always a magical place. I remember fondly the Barcelona, we overturned them 3-0 down, and we busted them 4-0. and I knew with Anfield and even the Dortmund game as well, anything's possible. So I'm really happy Anfield is going to be at full capacity, and we're gonna hopefully see some really good results.
Yeah, I was. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm chomping at the bit, mate. I just really, unfortunately, I can't make it to Anfield this weekend. But I'm really chomping at the bit to see this game. Right, so predicted lineup. I spoke to Wally. Wally's saying that's same lineup to start with, and then maybe change it after an hour or so, like we did against Norwich. And why not? Rims wants to see either a midfielder Fabinho, Thiago, and Keita, or Henderson, Thiago, and Fabinho. Again, why not? It is nice to have that issue. I want to see Bobby start, and I want to see Fabinho start. I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. How about you? What's your predictions for the lineup?
Our predicted lineup, I reckon it will be Alisson in goal. You got Trent, Virgil, and I think Konate may start. He may get his debut, and Tsimikas, left back. Then what you have is a midfield of possibly Millie, Fabinho, and Oxlade-Chamberlain possibly get a start, and up front Jota, Mane, and Salah. For Bobby will be on the bench along with the rest of the squad that was in the Norwich game. That's my prediction. And I predict a 4-0 victory for the Reds.
Yeah, that's interesting. Dropping Matip, I think Matip's been awesome in this pre-season and against Norwich. I don't remember seeing Matip playing a bad game. I know he's injury prone and things like that. Missing out Keita as well. Probably fearful that he might get injured as well. Maybe 2 games on the trot might be too much for him. But I believe that Keita needs to play as many games as possible, not just for his physical fitness, but his mental state as well. And you've gone straight in there with a 4-0 win. That's bold. I think Burnley are going to have 10 men behind the ball. We're going to have the ball a lot more. It's just about finding a way to score. And if we get a goal early, anything can happen, especially with our mentality giants coming back and a full Anfield. Right, yeah. As the transfer window is about to slam shut in about a few days, there's talk of interest in Origi, nothing really concrete. And Shaq hasn't been seen since they've come back from pre-season, which probably alludes to the stories of him agreeing and a deal in principle with Leon. It's just a matter of trying to find a reasonable bid for him. If he does go, obviously we're fully aware of the fact that if people go, then people will come in. Is there anyone on your mind that you think we need that will make this squad a little bit better than it has been? I know Shaq's ability and things like that, but really, has he settled in? Has he really fitted in? I believe that Harvey Elliott is more than capable of taking that mantle, coming on and playing. I would say if he plays the same amount of minutes as Curtis Jones did last year and add the minutes that Shaq got, I think it will do well for Harvey Elliott, and he'll learn more playing and training alongside this team. The other thing is we've got a rumour going around, same sort of rumour that went around last year about Ismail Sarr, and then we just went behind everyone's back and signed Jota. Would Ismail Sarr be an interesting signing for you? But any name that comes to mind, let's see what you think about that.
Yeah, Mr. B, regarding our transfer activity, Shaq, that's kind of on and off with Leon. I wouldn't be disappointed if the Shaq deal fell through. Shaq does provide us with a bit of an option to rotate the front three as well as midfield. So he's a versatile player. He's a squad player, and I would be happy for him to actually remain. If he does go, then obviously there's a vacancy, and someone else can state their claim, such as a Harvey Elliott, and I'm all for that as well. We always want to give the youngsters a chance. As far as Origi is concerned, Origi again is one of those players that he's happy if he's happy to sit on the bench and then contribute. He can do that as well. However, if he chooses to move on, then we've got to look for a replacement. At the moment, I can't really think of many players that are available in the market. Firstly, that would come. They would come, but sit on the bench. That's it's a tough one. Thinking. Maybe if I was to really push myself and think of a striker, maybe someone like a Raul Jimenez, possibly. But he'll be coming at a price close to what Jota cost us. So there's not many cheap alternatives. Even someone like Robert Lewandowski, he's 100 million they're quoting. But again, he's age 33, so it's a tough one. Ismail Sarr, that's an interesting one. We've lost Ginny, and Ismail Sarr may well do a job for us, playing a similar role to what Ginny has done for us. But again, price tag close to 30 to 35 million we're looking at, and I think that's the kind of price range that we could maybe push towards. He's a promising talent, and I'm sure he'll do well if he was to join us, and Klopp will enjoy working with him.
Wow. Oz, you're going to for some big names there. I'm not sure whether any of that is going to happen. But yeah, if Origi does end up going, then we're going to have to replace him. Minamino's there. He's gained a little bit more experience now in the Premier League. I think that he looks so much more settled in pre-season. He was looking really confident. There was a moment in the Anfield, I think it was against Osasuna he played. Ball's come over the top. He's beaten the offside track with some brilliant movement. And then he trapped the ball on his right foot, hit it with his left. Keeper made a good save. You don't do things like that unless you're confident. You don't do things like that unless you're settled. I think that he will give us a little bit more of a different dimension than Origi. Look, for me, Origi is always, first of all, it's Lord Divock Origi, and he will be forever known as Lord Divock Origi. But for me, he needs to go and be a number 9, a regular number 9 somewhere else, because then he'll get the best of his ability. Will shine. He's done some great work for us. We're never going to forget that goal that he scored against at Newcastle to keep us in the title race. The goals he scored against Everton. Who's going to forget? The words corner taken quickly and Origi goal is going to be forever written in Liverpool folklore. It's going to last a lot longer than we are. But he needs to be a regular footballer somewhere else. For him to come and play a bit part here and bit part there, I don't think it does justice for him. And I think we're wasting our time keeping him on the bench, because if he knows that he comes in, even for a full 90 minutes, he knows that one of those front three are going to take his place for the next. So for that, I think that for Lord Divock Origi's sake, he needs to move elsewhere. But anyway, Oz, thank you so much. Hopefully we'll join up again tomorrow after the match and talk about how good we played, hopefully, and talking about 3 points and our man of the matches. See you again, Oz. Thank you very much. And ladies and gents, keep tuned. Tomorrow we'll be back after the game, later on in the evening maybe, and we'll be having a discussion about the game. Now, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to share. You'll never walk alone.